Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. There comes a moment in life when a dream is placed inside you, not just any dream, but a vision so strong, so undeniable, that it refuses to leave you. It wakes you up in the middle of the night. It pulls at your soul, and no matter how much you try to ignore it, it keeps calling you. But here's what you need to understand. When God gives you a dream, it's not just a wish, it's an assignment. This dream isn't meant to be easy. It isn't meant to be ordinary. It is meant to stretch you, challenge you, transform you, because a God-given dream isn't just about reaching a goal. It's about becoming the person worthy of carrying that dream. It's about faith, it's about discipline, it's about perseverance, but too many people let fear stop them. They allow doubt, failure, or the opinions of others to bury what God placed inside them. They wait. They wait for perfect conditions, for an easy path, for a sign that tells them when to start. But let me tell you something, there will never be a perfect time. If you're waiting for everything to be easy, you'll be waiting forever. So I ask you, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to fight for it? Are you willing to endure the process? Are you willing to push through the struggles, the setbacks, the moments of doubt? Because if you are, if you trust in the vision that God gave you, then no obstacle, no delay, no rejection can stop you. The journey will not be easy. But hear me when I say this. If God gave you the dream, He also gave you everything you need to achieve it. Now the choice is yours. What will you do with what He placed inside you? When God gives you a dream, He plants a seed inside you. That seed isn't meant to stay buried, it's meant to grow, to break through the soil, to reach toward the sky. But before it can flourish, it has to endure the seasons. There will be dry seasons when you feel like nothing is happening, when the world tells you to give up. There will be storms when the winds of doubt, failure, and rejection try to uproot you. But if the seed stays planted, if you stay rooted in faith, you will see the harvest. You can't rush the process. You can't microwave destiny. What's meant for you has already been written, but it won't just fall into your hands. You have to prepare for it. If you're asking for something big, you better be ready for big responsibility. God won't give you a platform if your character can't sustain it. He won't give you success if discipline hasn't shaped you for it. Think about the dream inside you. Is it just an idea, or is it something you're willing to sacrifice for? Dreams don't work unless you do. You can't pray for open doors while sitting still. Faith is action, movement, risk. People will talk. They'll question why you're working so hard, why you're different. That's fine. Let them talk. While they're talking, you're building. While they're doubting, you're growing. While they're watching, you're winning. When God gives you a dream, He doesn't ask for your excuses. He asks for your obedience. He asks for your faith. And if you trust Him, if you refuse to quit no matter how long it takes, you'll wake up one day and realize that what you once dreamed about is now your reality. The dream will test you before it blesses you. It will stretch you, break you, refine you. It will separate you from what is comfortable, from people who don't believe, from environments that no longer serve your growth. And that's necessary because a God-given dream requires a God-given transformation. You can't carry an old mindset into a new season. You can't step into destiny with the same fears, the same doubts, the same excuses. Every level of your dream will demand a new version of you, one that is stronger, more disciplined, more trusting. You don't just get the dream, you become the person worthy of it. And when the weight of the process feels too heavy, when you're tempted to quit, remember, God wouldn't have given you the vision if He didn't also give you the strength to endure. The dream is already written. The victory is already set. Your only job is to keep walking in faith, step by step, season by season, trusting that everything God promised will come to pass. The path will not always be clear. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when fear whispers that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable. But if God placed that dream inside you, then He already knows the outcome. He already sees you on the other side of the struggle, standing in the fulfillment of what He promised. You may not see the progress yet, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. Just like a seed grows beneath the soil before it ever breaks through the surface, your dream is taking root even in the unseen. Every prayer, every sacrifice, every late night and early morning, it's all watering the promise. It's all part of the preparation. But preparation requires patience. It requires trust. The process will strip away what isn't needed, will remove the distractions, will refine your focus. The things you thought were necessary may fall away. The people you thought would walk with you may turn back. That's not a loss, it's alignment. Because when God is leading the way, everything that remains is exactly what's required for the journey ahead. So you must keep moving. Even when the road is uncertain, even when the doors seem closed, even when it feels like nothing is happening, because faith is not about seeing, and those who believe, those who refuse to let go of what God has placed inside them, will one day wake up in the very promise they never stopped pursuing. The dream will cost you. It will demand sacrifice, discipline, resilience. It will require you to say no to distractions, to separate yourself from people who do not share your vision, to let go of habits that keep you stagnant. A God-given dream does not conform to convenience. It calls you higher, pulls you deeper, and shapes you into someone who can carry the weight of destiny. But too many people give up before the breakthrough. They stop when it gets hard, when doors don't open right away, when they don't see immediate results. Understand this: delay is not denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. Some dreams take longer because God is building the foundation first. He is preparing you so that when the opportunity comes, you don't just step into it, you sustain it. There will be moments of isolation, moments where it feels like no one understands your journey. That's because the vision was given to you, not them. Stop expecting people to believe in what only you were called to build. If God put it in your heart, that's all the confirmation you need. Keep working in silence, keep grinding in faith, keep trusting that the preparation is not in vain. And when the obstacles come, and they will, you must stand firm. Every great dreamer faced rejection. Every visionary encountered doubt. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit. They see the setback as a setup. They understand that the struggle is part of the shaping process. Every challenge strengthens your faith. Every failure teaches a lesson. Every delay builds endurance. You are not being buried, you are being planted. Think about the greatest figures in history, the ones who changed the world. None of them had it easy. They were doubted, ridiculed, underestimated, but they kept going. Not because it was easy, but because the dream was bigger than the struggle. If they had quit, their legacy would not exist. Now, ask yourself, what if the dream inside you is meant to impact more than just you? What if your obedience to that calling will inspire generations? You may not feel ready, but readiness is not a prerequisite for purpose. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. He takes ordinary people and gives them extraordinary assignments. And if you are willing to step out in faith, to move even when you are afraid, to believe even when nothing makes sense, he will open doors no man can shut. But here's the truth. The dream will not chase you. You must chase it. You must wake up every day and commit to the process, even when motivation fades, even when the results are slow, even when no one is clapping for you. Success is built in the unseen moments, in the hours of discipline when no one is watching. The world sees the victory, but they don't see the preparation. They don't see the sacrifices, the late nights, the moments when doubt tried to creep in. But God sees. He sees every tear, every prayer, every ounce of effort, and he is faithful to reward those who remain steadfast. You cannot afford to let fear stop you. Fear will tell you you're not good enough. Fear will remind you of every past mistake, every reason you should quit. But fear is a liar. Fear magnifies the obstacle and minimizes the promise. But faith does the opposite. Faith looks at the impossibility and declares, with God, all things are possible. Faith moves forward even when the path is unclear. Faith doesn't wait for everything to be perfect. It steps out and trusts that God will make a way. So what will you do with the dream God gave you? Will you let it die inside you, suffocated by excuses, buried under doubt? Or will you rise up and fight for it? Will you trust that if he gave you the vision, he will provide the provision? The choice is yours. But remember this, God never plants a dream without also providing the strength to see it through. Keep going, keep believing, because one day the dream that kept you up at night will be the reality you wake up to. The journey will test everything in you, your patience, your faith, your resilience. There will be days when you question if you even heard God right, when doubt whispers that maybe this dream was never meant for you. But understand this, doubt is not a sign to quit. It's a sign to push harder. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't a threat. If you're facing resistance, it means your dream is powerful. Every great story in history was built on perseverance. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or luck, it's determination. It's the ability to keep going when others stop, the willingness to keep working even when there's no applause, no recognition, no validation. Because faith doesn't need a crowd. Faith moves forward even when the path is unclear. You must train yourself to trust God even when you don't understand his timing. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes God is working behind the scenes, aligning the right people, opening the right doors, preparing the right opportunities. But he won't release it until you're ready. Premature success can be dangerous. A blessing too soon can become a burden. That's why the process is necessary. Look at nature. A tree doesn't grow overnight. A house isn't built in a day. The strongest structures take time because the foundation must be deep enough to hold the weight of what's coming. Your dream is no different. If it's taking longer than expected, it's because God is building you for something bigger than you imagined. But the waiting season isn't a wasted season. What you do in the waiting determines what happens when the door finally opens. Will you be ready? Will you have the skills, the discipline, the faith required to sustain what you're asking for? Too many people want the reward without the work. They want the platform without the preparation. But if God has given you a dream, he expects you to steward it well. That means being faithful now, even when no one is watching. There will be people who don't believe in your dream. That's fine, they don't have to. God didn't give it to them, he gave it to you. Stop looking for approval from those who don't have the vision. Some people won't understand, and that's okay. Don't waste time trying to convince them. Let your results speak. Let your work be the proof, because in the end, success is the loudest response. And when the doors finally open, remember this: the dream was never just about you. The gifts, the talents, the opportunities, God placed them in you so you could impact others. Your purpose is connected to people you haven't even met yet. Someone out there is waiting on you to step into your calling. Someone needs the book you haven't written, the business you haven't shared, the message you haven't shared. Your obedience to the dream isn't just about your success. It's about the lives that will be changed because you refuse to quit. So don't stop now. Don't let fear, doubt, or delay steal what God has already promised. Keep pressing forward. Keep working in silence. Keep trusting that the vision He gave you will come to pass. Because one day you'll look back and realize that every struggle, every setback, every sleepless night was part of a bigger plan. You'll see that nothing was wasted. You'll understand that every step, even the painful ones, was leading you to the very place you were meant to be. The dream is real. The promise is real. The question is, will you have the faith to see it through? The dream will require more than just desire. It will require action, endurance, and faith that refuses to waver. Many people start with excitement, but when the process becomes difficult, they slow down or stop altogether. That is why so many dreams remain unfulfilled, not because they weren't possible, but because people gave up too soon. But if God gave you the dream, then He also gave you the strength to pursue it. That means no excuse is valid, not the setbacks, not the failures, not the opinions of others. None of those things have the power to stop what God has ordained, unless you let them. You have to develop a mindset that is stronger than your emotions. There will be days when you don't feel like pushing forward, when you don't feel motivated. But discipline is greater than motivation. Motivation is temporary, it comes and goes, but discipline, commitment, and faith will carry you when motivation fades. And when obstacles come, remember this: every struggle has a purpose. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door is part of the process. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this teaching me? Because every lesson is preparing you for the moment when the dream becomes reality. Nothing worth having comes easy. The greater the calling, the greater the opposition. That's why you must develop endurance, because it's not just about starting strong, it's about finishing strong. People will doubt you, some will criticize you, others will try to discourage you, but their opinions do not determine your destiny. What they say doesn't matter. What God says does. And if He called you to it, nothing can stand in the way. But understand this: faith is not passive. You can't just sit and wait for the dream to come to you. You must step out, take action, and move forward even when the path is unclear. Faith is walking when you don't see the whole staircase. Faith is trusting that each step is leading you toward the promise even when you don't understand the process. And that process, it will refine you, it will break you down and rebuild you stronger. It will strip away the things that no longer serve you. It will test your patience, your resilience, your trust in God. But if you endure, if you keep pressing forward, you will come out stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what is ahead. Some people quit too soon because they mistake the struggle for a sign that they should stop. But struggles are not signs to quit. They are signs that you are being prepared for something greater. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is refined in fire. Strong trees grow deep roots through the storms. Your journey is no different. Look at the people who have achieved great things. None of them had an easy path. They failed, they struggled, they were rejected, they were doubted, but they kept going, they kept believing. And because they refused to quit, their dreams became reality. So the question is, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to work for it? Are you willing to endure the process? Are you willing to keep going even when it gets hard? Because that's the difference between those who make it and those who don't. The dreamers who succeed are not the ones who never struggled. They are the ones who never quit. Every day you have a choice to move forward or to stay the same, to believe in the dream or to let fear win, to step out in faith or to stay stuck in doubt. No one else can make that choice for you. Your dream is in your hands. What will you do with it? Keep working, keep believing, keep trusting that everything you're going through is leading you to the promise. Because one day you look back and realize that every challenge, every test, every delay was necessary. Nothing was wasted. Everything had a purpose. And in that moment, you'll understand that the dream was never just about achieving something. It was about becoming the person who was strong enough to carry it. You see, the dream itself is not enough. Having a vision is not enough. You have to move. You have to step out, even when you're afraid, even when you don't have all the answers, even when the road ahead is unclear. Because faith is not about knowing every detail. It's about trusting that every step forward brings you closer to what God has already promised. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step and understand this. Resistance will come. The moment you decide to chase the dream, life will test you. You will face setbacks. You will encounter obstacles. People will doubt you. Some will walk away. Some will laugh at your vision because they can't see what God placed inside you. But hear me when I say this. Their doubt does not define your destiny. If God put the dream in you, it's already yours. But He won't just hand it to you. He will prepare you for it. He will mold you, shape you, break you down, and build you back up until you are strong enough to carry what He has planned for you. And that preparation, it won't be comfortable. It won't always make sense. You will be tested in ways you never expected. The doors you thought would open might stay closed. The opportunities you thought were for you might pass you by. But trust this, God is not rejecting you. He is redirecting you. Because sometimes the delay is the blessing. Sometimes the struggle is the very thing that prepares you for the promise. Sometimes the struggle is the very thing that prepares you for the promise. But too many people quit before they see it through. They let the hardship convince them that maybe the dream wasn't meant for them. They stop fighting, stop believing, stop pushing. But hear me today. If you quit now, you will never know what could have been. So don't stop. Don't let fear steal what God has given you. Don't let frustration make you walk away from the very thing you prayed for. Because if you keep going, if you refuse to quit, one day you will look back and understand why everything had to happen the way it did. One day you will stand in the very place you once dreamed about. And on that day you will realize it was never just about the dream. It was about the journey, the lessons, the faith, the strength, the growth. It was about becoming the person God created you to be. So I ask you again, what will you do with the dream God gave you? Will you run from it? Or will you rise up, step forward, and chase after it with everything you have? Because if you do, if you dare to believe, dare to push, dare to trust the process, nothing and no one can stop you. The dream is already yours. Now go get it. So I ask you today, what's stopping you? Fear, doubt, the opinions of others? Let it go. If God gave you the dream, He's already equipped you with everything you need. Now, go get it.